Hello everyone and welcome to our video. Today we're going to cover the 6th E program in the Elecrow Crowtail STEAM Edu Kit for Microbit Kit, how to make a CMAN game using Microbit. First, let's play this wireless Pac-Man game. The game starts with 2 points on the LED array. The point in the middle can be controlled by the player. The player deflects the Microbit motherboard up and down, left and right to realize the character's movement. When it touches another point, it will successfully get a point and ramlet. Generates a new point. It can continue to eat the next point. Repeat the process of the game. If the point controlled by the player runs to the periphery of the array, the game will be end. For today's project, a new game module has been added. Make code for Microbit's game module is a programming environment designed specifically for game development, which provides graphical display, character control, input processing, game logic, construction, sound, and audio. The game module of MyCode for Microbit is a programming environment designed for game development that makes it easy to create and share interactive games on Microbit devices by providing graphical displays, character control, input processing, game logic construction, and sound effects additions, making it ideal for educational and entertainment scenarios. Next, let's implement this Pac-Man game with the game module and the modules we learned earlier. Open MakeCode's programming interface. First, set the score. Create the variable .1 to store the position of the bean. Create the variable .2 to store the position of the player. Create the variables XY2, record the position of the player. The bean appears at a random position on the screen, and the initial position of the player is 22. The player's initial position is 22. The player's position is then moved using an event trigger block. Here, the player movement is triggered by deflection in 4 directions. We first set the y-coordinate of the player to be -1 when the logo is upward, so that the player can move upward, and similarly, when the logo is deflected downward, the y-coordinate will be +1, so that the player character can move downward. When the logo is deflected to the left, the player's x-coordinate is decremented by 1 to realize that the player moves to the left. Similarly, when the logo is deflected to the right, the y-coordinate is decremented by 1 to realize that the player's character moves to the right. After the completion of the program of the player role, start to set the rules of the game. When the player and the bean contact, it means that the player ate the bean, so we judge it this way. Add an if logic block to the permanent block to check if the player ate the bean. If you eat it, the score is increased by. If you eat it, the score will increase by 1 and the score will be displayed on the screen. It will then delete the bean and add a new bean at a random location. The game continues. The player's position will be monitored throughout the process. If the position is outside the range of the screen, the game will end. Now you have learned how to make a Pac-Man game with Microbit. Play it with your friends. We can also expand on this project by trying to make a bean-catching game that works on the same principle as Pac-Man. Remember to place the bean catcher at the bottom of the screen and the beans fall vertically from the top. If you can't catch the beans, the game is over. That's all for today's lesson. If you like our lessons, please follow our account and we'll see you in the next lesson. Thanks.